Hi, this is Islamic Dad here. I'm going to make a video on the topic of forgiveness. I want to just be upfront and say that I think the topic is wide open, and that it's really up to each individual as to not only what forgiveness means, but also if it's right for them, and if so, what situations. So, for myself, I, feel that forgiveness can only happen after steps have been taken from, in this case, it would be in the context of a relationship with a narcissist or a narcissistic abuser. So I don't like the way apology is typically used in discussing, healing from issues within a relationship. I was introduced to a term and a concept some years ago that I really liked called repair work. And within the idea of repair work, the apology is only one step out of like 5 or 6 steps. For instance, kind of like the situation where you might have the narcissist either do something or break something, by accident or on purpose. Honestly, either way. And so the first step would be what we call the apology, and it would need to be sincere, and it would have to show remorse, and it would have to be a real apology. They couldn't say, "I'm sorry that you left your coffee cup on the edge of the table and I accidentally brushed it when I was walking by," or I'm sorry that you feel hurt by the words I say, or I'm sorry that that you caught me talking with people behind your back. It's like, well, that's not how you phrase an apology. So what? Right up front, they have to phrase the apology where they take full accountability. They say exactly what they did, what happened, and it is what you say happened. So right there needs to be 100% alignment between what you say happened and what the narcissist or the abuser or whomever says happened. Right there. This is step 1. If you guys cannot agree as to what actually happened objectively, it's over. There's no place to go from there. There's nothing to build upon. So once that has been established and agreed upon, then you have the the narc or the abuser, whomever, take responsibility. So first there's agreement on what happened. The next step would be ownership, responsibility. Like, okay, I did that. The end. Like, no but, no and, just I did that. 100% responsibility, 100% accountability. Okay, once those two things have happened, then a sincere apology. I am deeply sorry that I broke your cup. I understand how much your favorite cup meant to you. I understand that that was a gift from your deceased grandmother and that it's irreplaceable. I know that if I were in your shoes and that happened to me, I would be devastated. I would be so upset and sad that that irreplaceable cup, that I received was broken. A very sincere apology. So that would be step 3. I guess if we're going in that order. The next step would be the kind of more into the repair side of things, where they say, okay, I can't buy that same cup, but I want to make this right. I want to do what's right and fair in this situation. So please pick out a replacement cup, whatever kind, maybe some, even a cup that like maybe reminds you of your deceased grandmother. You pick it out. I will buy it. I will get it for you because I want to make this right. So I'm not a big fan of the U.S. justice system because it's not focused on the victim at all. If I can go on a little side rant, punitive justice is a joke. It's amazing to me that we're in the 21st century and we still lean on punitive justice. For me personally, I think restorative justice makes 1,000 times more sense. And that concept should hold true also in our interpersonal relationships. So if someone, my narc partner or something like that breaks my cup, I don't just punish them. That doesn't fix anything. I say, okay, you broke my cup, you fix that. You get the glue, you put that cup back together, or you go to the store and you buy a replacement cup, but you need to fix this. You need to make things right. And so for me, that would be the next step. After that would be kind of, the narc, the abuser, whomever, showing you that they, are proving through their actions that they are taking accountability and that they're remorseful, and that they are going to take steps to make sure that this does not happen again. So it might be something where, like with the cup example, they say, look, I'm so sorry. That's a tight area in the house. I'm going to make an effort to make sure that I just, slow down walking through the hallway there and, tuck my elbows in, or, just keep an eye out for things, or maybe just, push things back off the edge of the table, if I see them on the edge there. That might be one. Another one that would probably be more, appropriate to the situation with like narcissistic relationships is where, maybe they do something, they, agree to what happened, they take ownership, they give a sincere apology, they work to repair the situation, and then after that they, say there's like, an argument, say they have like a bad temper, and in a show, to prove that they fully understand the, what happened and the problem, they say, okay, look, obviously, that, what happened was because of my anger. I blew up. That's, not who I want to be in the relationship. And so I'm going to take anger, an anger management course, or I'm going to seek therapy and with, focus on anger management, because I don't want this to happen again in the future. And so, in addition to the previous steps I said, like they would have to be, an honest attempt to address the issue to prevent it from happening again. At that point, after all those things have happened, and especially with the last one, I think that's definitely one of those show me, don't tell me. We can talk about that after you've gone to therapy 3 times, or we can talk about this again after you've gone to your anger management course 3 times. Because it's not, there is anyone can make promises. Oh yeah, I'm going to go to therapy, and then just never do it. So with that last piece, I would wait to have the rest of that conversation until after they actually proved that they are walking their talk. At that point, and again, I'm only speaking for myself. At that point, if they've done all those things, I think it's only fair that you forgive them. I mean, I don't know how much more they could do. I mean, they've, taken ownership, responsibility. They've given a sincere apology. They've repaired things. They've worked to prevent it from happening again. And the thing is, like, if they do those things, that, for me, carries more weight, because, narcissist or not, you can be, a normal person. You can make promises. You can lie and be like, oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. And then just go on the rest of your day and never think about it again. And so the fact that there would be these actions taken along the path of doing the repair work, for me, that speaks volumes. I mean, I'm at a point in my life where I barely trust people with what they say at all, narcissist or not. I just find, maybe it's a 2023 thing, but I think talk is so cheap, and I just don't care really what people say anymore. It's just like, show me, don't tell me. Show me, don't tell me. And so, if I was in a relationship with someone, narcissist or not, and they went through all these steps, then yeah, I would forgive them. I mean, it may sound crazy, but I'd be proud of them, because going through all those steps, I mean, at least to me, shows that they're better than most of the people out there. I mean, let's be honest. And so that would be my requirements for forgiveness. This whole weird concept of, oh, well, if you forgive, that means, it's about you and not them, and you're unburdening yourself from the weight, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, if that works for you, go ahead. Sounds like deliberate amnesia. I mean, that's, to me, that has nothing to do with forgiveness. It's just like, oh, they did that horrible thing, erase. It's like, okay, if that's what you need to do to get through life, go ahead. I mean, to me, that's just stupid, because you're going to get burned again, and probably the same way from the same person. So, I mean, I really do not understand the point of that type of forgiveness. And I know people are going to say, well, it's so you can go on, the rest of your day or the rest of your life without having that weight. You don't have it in your mind. And it's like, okay. And it's, again, if it works for you, that's great. I'm just speaking for myself. I don't, what I would say is that, maybe halfway between the two would be not to obsess about someone who wrongs you. I am not into vengeance. I mean, as I said, starting the video, I do not believe in punitive justice. I don't think that fixes anything. And so this idea that if someone does something wrong to you, that you're just going to get angry. You're like, I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back. Like, I think that's so incredibly unhealthy. And that's not what I'm advocating at all. I think that the issue is that if there's, a relationship and someone does you harm, that issue's on them. it's not about you to forgive them so you don't carry that with you any longer. No, that's, the issue is on them. Like, they should be the ones thinking about it. It's like they are the ones who should be feeling guilt or shame or remorse or whatever. And the thing is, if they don't, then that's, a May Day parade of red flags. And what you decide to do with that is up to you. But I don't think that just giving them a blank check and saying, I forgive you, I don't think that's healthy at all, because it just, at that point, let's be blunt, you're an enabler. Yeah, I said that. At that point, if you just forgive your abuser, you are an enabler. And in my book, I put enablers pretty much just as bad as narcissists. I feel that if there weren't so many friends, family, etc., that acted as enablers for narcissists, that there would not be as many narcissists, or that the narcissist would have as much of an issue as they do. Because I think if we lived in a world where friends and family did not tolerate that, I think the narcissist would have to grow up. I don't think they would, but I think that would be like the pressure upon them. So again, like going back, I just think that if you just give the narcissist or the abuser a blank check and say, I forgive you because I don't want to carry this burden on my shoulders, let's be honest, you're an enabler at that point. So again, those are just my thoughts on forgiveness and what, and this is honestly how I approach things in my relationships. And some people get it and some people don't. Some people really bristle at the idea of going through those steps. That's fine. Maybe, they're not meant to be with me. So, but I hope this has been helpful.